All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today, like you saw in the title, we're gonna be talking about the Bulldog Grip, why we use the Bulldog Grip, and how to do the Bulldog Grip. So, first things first, if you're USAPL, with the recent rule changes where all your fingers have to be wrapped around the bar, this might not be the best change to make right now. So if you're in the USAPL, I probably wouldn't make this change right now if you're not already doing the Bulldog Grip. But for everybody else, if you're coming over to PA or if you're already in PA, this shouldn't be an issue. So first things first, why do we do the Bulldog Grip? In every lift, we want our joints to be stacked, right? That's where we're going to be the strongest. That's where we're going to be the most efficient. We want things to be stacked up. In sumo deadlift, we want our knees to be stacked above our ankles, right? Then we can apply force directly into the ground. In squat, we want our joints to be stacked. And in bench, we also want our joints to be stacked. We want our elbow to be underneath our wrist. We also want that bar to be stacked directly over this forearm bone. Again, because that's going to be the most efficient and strongest position to press from. So the only way we can get the bar stacked directly over the wrist and then above this forearm bone is if we press through this lower part of our hand. So the only issue we have there is that if we keep the bar straight, our thumb is in the way, right? So I can't press through that lower outer part of my palm if I have my hand straight. In turn, I won't be able to have that bar stacked directly above my wrist and directly above this forearm bone. Going to be less efficient, right? So that's why we use the Bulldog Grip. So for Bulldog Grip, basically it's just an internal rotation of the hand. I'm going to show you on the real bar, but I'll show you here first because it's a little bit easier for me. I'm recording it alone. So basically for Bulldog Grip, we have to internally rotate this hand in order to press through that lower outer part of the palm and kind of get this thumb out of the way, right? So what do? We internally rotate our hand. Now, as you can see, I can press through that lower outer part of my palm because the bar is angled through my hand and kind of gets that thumb out of the way. Then I can bring the fingers down and that thumb's going to be a little bit open, right? This is the issue right here that we have with the USAPL rule, is that they want this thumb to be wrapped around, but when you use Bulldog Grip and when you set that bar low in the palm, usually the thumb is like this. So that's kind of why we use it though. Again, we want to press that lower part of the palm. We want the bar to be stacked above our wrist, stacked above this forearm bone. And then also, another thing that happens when we internally rotate is those elbows come out a little bit and the elbow is also stacked underneath the wrist, right? Everything about it is just more efficient than if we try to keep our hands straight like this. That bar a little bit higher in the palm. Even the elbows will kind of be out of position. Things are just less efficient that way. So now I'm going to show you kind of how I set up for it underneath the bar. So now I'm going to get under the bar. I'm going to grab like normal. This is how I like to do it. I grab normal in my hand. I set my body up where I want it, but now before I unrack the bar, again, we got to internally rotate, right? So I turn my hands in. If your hands are open, your thumbs will be pointing directly at each other. And now that bar is angled through my hand and I can press through that lower outer part of the palm that I was talking about, right? So now we're going to go ahead and unrack. And as you can see, the thumb is kind of loose, not really wrapped around the bar. The fingers are kind of just pinching on top of the bar. We come down, and then again, we want to cue pressing through that outer part of the palm on the way up. That's where we should feel the pressure. The pressure should be in that lower outer part of the palm. Again, this is going to help keep things stacked up, and it's also going to help those elbows come out to where that elbow is stacked directly under the wrist, and we're in our most efficient position. So, a couple tips with this. A lot of people have issues with it, right? Because for some reason, people want to keep their wrist straight like this. That one, it's like less safe because that bar can easily roll out the front of your hand. And two, again, like I said, less efficient. So when you turn that hand in, you have to let the wrist extend a little bit. That wrist has to bend back for the bar to sit down here. You can't have your wrist straight like this. So I like to tell people, relax your wrist, relax your hand when you're unracking. So let that wrist kind of hang back. Unrack with the relaxed wrist. Then you can kind of squeeze everything into place once you have that bar unwrapped. So let me demonstrate one more time for y'all. Hopefully y'all can see this. I'm just recording on my own. I'll try to get a closer view for y'all as well. I set my body up, and then before I unrack, internally rotate. Now I'm kind of relaxed here, right? I'm not really squeezing nothing down. Letting my wrist extend back. And now that bar, I can even let my fingers go, and that bar just sits in that lower, basically the heel of the palm. Now before I start the press, I kind of squeeze those fingers down, and then I press through that lower outer part of the palm. that is the Bulldog Grip. It is very simple. It's just a small change where we're internally rotating those hands and letting that bar sit a little bit lower in the palm. Go ahead and try it out. I'm really making this video for my guys, so I'm gonna send this to all my guys that I'm trying to put on to the Bulldog Grip, but hopefully others can get use out of this. Go ahead and try it out. Let me know how it works for you. That's all I got for this video. I appreciate y'all watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.